Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Better English Studio, the podcast where you learn real English through real conversations. I'm your host, Mia, and today we're talking about a super useful topic for daily life: how to talk about habits in English. Habits are something we all have: good ones, bad ones, weird ones, new ones, and old ones. Today, we're going to explore how to talk about them naturally. And joining me, as always, is our favorite guest, Tom.
Hey Mia, hey everyone, it's great to be here. And yes, habits. I have a lot of them. Some I'm proud of, some not so much.
Don't worry, Tom. Today is a judgment-free zone. We're just going to chat about daily habits, routines, changes, and how to describe them clearly in English. So grab a cup of coffee, tea, or whatever you like, and let's get into it. What are habits? So, Tom, let's start simple. How would you describe a habit?
A habit is something you do regularly without thinking too much about it. It's part of your routine. For example, brushing your teeth every morning, drinking coffee after waking up, checking your phone, going for a walk, those kinds of things.
Exactly. And in English, when you talk about habits, you usually use present simple tense, like I wake up at 6. I drink coffee every morning. I go jogging on weekends.
Right, not I am waking up at 6 or I am drinking coffee every morning. Present simple works best because habits are repeated actions, not one-time events.
And we also use words like always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, and never to describe how often you do something.
Yeah, and those words say a lot about someone's lifestyle.
Tom's daily habits. All right, let's dig deeper. Tom, tell us about your daily habits. Let's start from the moment you wake up.
Okay, but just warning everyone, my habits are not always healthy. So I usually wake up around 6:30 a.m. I don't set an alarm because I naturally wake up early. And the first thing I do, don't judge me, is check my phone.
Most people do the same thing. That's a global habit now.
Exactly. Then I drink a big glass of water. That's one of my good habits. I started doing it a few years ago, and it really helps.
Nice. Hydration is important.
Then I make coffee. I always drink coffee in the morning. It's like a ritual. After that, I sit for a few minutes, read the news, and then start planning my day.
So your habits include waking up early, checking your phone, drinking water, reading news, and planning your day. Pretty solid.
Thank you, but I also have bad habits. For example, I often skip breakfast. That's a habit I'm trying to break.
Why do you skip it?
I don't know. I just don't feel hungry in the morning. So I tell myself, I'll eat later, and then I forget. That's why I want to develop a better eating habit.
Good habits and bad habits. This brings us to a great topic: good habits versus bad habits. Tom, what do you think makes a habit good or bad?
I think a habit is good when it helps your physical or mental health, or improves your life in some way, like exercising, reading, sleeping early, eating healthy. A bad habit is something that harms you, like smoking, sleeping too late, spending too much time on social media, or procrastinating.
Exactly. So, listeners, when talking about habits in English, you can say, I have a bad habit of. I've developed a good habit of. I'm trying to break this habit. I'm trying to form a new habit.
Yes, like, I have a bad habit of staying up late. Or, I've developed a good habit of stretching in the morning.
Tom, what's a bad habit you're trying to break? Only one. Laughs.
Well, I really want to break the habit of scrolling on my phone at night. Sometimes I tell myself just 5 minutes, and suddenly it's midnight.
That's relatable. I think everyone struggles with that. Talking about old habits, used to. Now, let's talk about how to describe old habits, things you used to do in the past. In English, we use used to for that. For example, I used to drink soda every day. I used to play video games at night. I used to stay up until 3 a.m. Tom, tell us something you used to do that you don't do now.
I used to eat a lot of junk food when I was in college. Burgers, fries, pizza, every day.
And now?
Now I try to eat healthier. I cook more, I eat more vegetables, and I avoid sugary drinks.
Nice improvement. I used to skip exercise completely. Now I walk every morning.
Wow, really? That's great.
Yeah, I realized movement is important for mental health, not just physical health. New habits and why they're hard. Let's talk about new habits. Why is it so hard to build a new habit?
Because humans love comfort. We follow patterns. Starting something new feels uncomfortable.
True, and habits take time. Research says around 21 to 66 days.
Exactly, and you need consistency.
Listeners, useful ways to talk about new habits. I'm trying to start. I'm working on developing. I've recently started. I want to build a habit of.
For example, I've recently started going to the gym. I'm working on developing a study habit. I want to build a habit of sleeping early.
Tom, what new habit are you trying to build this year?
I want to read more books. I used to read a lot, but now I rarely do. So I'm trying to read at least 20 pages a day.
Strange or funny habits? Now let's make things fun. Everyone has weird habits, right?
Oh, yes. For example, I always check the door twice after locking it.
That's not too weird. I do something similar. I always recheck if I turned off the stove, even when I know I did.
That's pretty common. What else?
Oh, I talk to myself when I'm working on something difficult. It helps me think.
That's actually healthy. I think we all do that secretly.
Maybe. Tell us another one, Tom.
Okay. I always smell food before I eat it, even if it's something normal, like bread.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
See, I told you.
Both laugh. Let's talk about habits that affect health. Sleeping, eating, exercising.
Right. I think sleep is the most important habit. If you sleep well, everything else becomes easier.
How's your sleep habit?
Next question, please.
I used to sleep really late, like 2 or 3 a.m., but now I try to sleep before 11 p.m. It makes a huge difference.
I think that's great. I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule too.
Listeners, remember these expressions. I usually sleep around. I try to sleep early, but I'm trying to improve my sleep habits.
Work habits say a lot about a person. Are you organized? Are you always late? Are you consistent?
I have a good habit. I always make a to-do list before starting work.
Nice. That keeps you focused.
Yes, but I also have a bad habit. I procrastinate sometimes.
Same. I procrastinate when a task feels too big or boring.
Same here. That's why I break tasks into smaller steps. That helps.
Weekend habits. Let's talk about weekend habits. What do you usually do on weekends?
I usually relax, meet friends, cook something nice, and go for long walks. Weekends are my time to recharge.
For me, weekends are for cleaning, doing laundry, and sometimes exploring a new cafe.
Wow, that's organized.
Not always. Sometimes I just binge watch shows.
Changing habits. Why is it so hard to change habits?
Because habits are connected to emotions. If a habit makes you feel good in the moment, even if it's bad long term, it becomes addictive.
That's true. For example, junk food tastes good. Social media is fun. Staying up late feels relaxing.
Exactly. That's why changing habits requires intention and discipline.
And small steps.
Ending thoughts.
All right, listeners, today we talked about daily habits, good and bad habits, old habits, new habits, weird habits, healthy habits, work habits, weekend habits, and how to describe habits in English.
Habits shape our lives, and learning to talk about them in English helps you express yourself better.
That's right. Thank you, Tom, for joining us today.
Always a pleasure.
And thank you, listeners, for spending your time with us. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. This is Better English Studio, helping you speak better English, one conversation at a time.